Okay.
So, welcome to Blind and Thriving. I'm your host, Melissa Jackson. This platform was created to show that blindness does not define a person's worth, purpose, or potential. Here we share real stories, real challenges, real victories, and real conversations. Whether you're blind, visually impaired, deaf blind, living with a disability, or just simply here to learn and connect, you're in the right place. So grab a seat, open your hearts, and join us as we celebrate resilience, independence, and the power of thriving beyond limitations. So, can you tell everybody who you are?
Yes. First of all, let me say peace to all the gods and the earths out there. My name is Ryan Smith. I'm from New
Do
Orleans, Louisiana.
I was just supposed to ask that, and y'all probably
Uh,
can hear from his accent.
mhm.
Um, so, can you share who you were before 2010 and what was daily life like for you?
Well, I hate to say it, but I wasn't doing the right thing before 2010. I done went through. I just chose the wrong way to go in life at that point in my life. But I should have been doing other things. That's how I end up in this situation now. But the things I used to do back then was wake up and sell drugs. I hate to say it, but that's what I used
This
to
is
do
your
back then.
testimony. This is your
Yeah,
truth.
but that's not who I am anymore. I never did any time in prison, you know, and this is like me doing time. So I've had time to think. So I definitely see the error in my ways, and I wasn't raised like that. My mother and grandmother did a damn good job with me, but I just was always kind of was like, I'm book smart, but I just always got into stuff I shouldn't have been getting into, if you ask
Okay.
me.
Okay. So, the moment of the accident, what was that immediate process like?
Well, for those who don't know, I was I got shot, and
Where did
I'm,
you get shot? Where
I
where
got shot in my head.
Okay.
But I got hit with a lucky shot. It probably was like a block away. He was definitely shooting at me. But if I go to my right, I wouldn't be here today because I wouldn't be blind. But I went to my left and the bullet into the right side of my temple. It came out the corner of my left eye. So it ripped the optic nerves up that go from your eyeballs to your brain. And they had to take the left eye out. And when I got to the hospital, my life, I never was unconscious or anything like that. So I knew my life wasn't in danger because I got to the hospital and they was doing, they wasn't doing all that clear and all that. And the doctors was over there in the huddle talking, and I hear them talking about optics, and I know that's something to do with your sight. So I said, Doc, I could tell my life not in danger, but it's gonna be my vision. And he said, yeah, but we're gonna take you to surgery and see what we could do up. And
So, can I pause you right quick?
yeah,
While you were talking and when it first happened, were you still able to see at this point?
yeah, hmm,
Okay, so you were still visual at this
yeah, I
point.
was still
Okay.
visual. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No problem, no problem. Well, let me take you back. Bam, I got shot. The dude who shot me realized he hit me. He broke out running. I got up from the ground. I don't know. I guess the impact. I mean, it was some kind of way I hit the ground. But anyway, I got up and I'm walking, and I realized, damn. But I'm closing my eyes though. You see what I'm saying? I got in the van because I jumped in the van with somebody to bring me to the hospital. They're like, get in. And I'm sitting in the passenger seat with my eyes closed. And I'm like, man, open your eyes and look in the mirror. And I saw a little hole in the side of my right side of my temple. And I'm like, whoa, this shit's serious. But excuse me. But if you see me, you wouldn't be able to tell because it healed up like a scab. They didn't sew the wound up. That's why I don't think it was a big caliber of gun. But like I said, I was like a block away. Might may have been my destiny, but like I said, I closed my eyes, and when I'm laying in the hospital in the emergency room, I'm doing the same thing. With my eyes closed. Obviously, there's no mirrors or anything like that around. And when the doctor told me what he said about, well, we're gonna take you to surgery and see if we could save it and all that. And I said, F, what you talking about? This is what I said to myself. God, God is not gonna allow me to go blind. Now I saw myself dead before blind. I never pictured I'd be, you know, living life as a blind person. But we never know what our destiny is.
Okay. So after the surgery, were you still visual? Were you able to see? And if
Yes.
so, how long?
Mm, well, I couldn't really tell you how long, but because I woke up out of surgery because somebody called the phone and they woke me up and my mother's dead. And I asked mom, if you ever
Try
been
not
under,
to say that D word.
oh,
They might
all right,
flag us.
my mother passed away. But and they woke me up. If you ever been under that anesthesia, y'all should know how I feel. But anyway, I woke up to use the phone and I asked my sister, I said, "What mama?" And all them in the room got quiet because my mother passed away maybe 10 years before I got knocked off. And all them got quiet. And then I remember what happened. I'm like, oh, my bad, my bad. Then I had time to myself. Yeah, I was still able to see. And I looked in the mirror. I had a patch on my left eye and I was still able to see. Then I smiled like, boy, you made it through another one. Then I frowned up because everything's starting to come back to me what happened. That, I realized, man, I'm in here because somebody shot me and all that. But
So
I was still,
they had removed one of your eyes, correct?
yeah, the left
Okay.
eye. Hmm.
Okay.
So I was still able to see, but you know, as I said, I thought I made it out. But as time looked like every time I went to sleep and woke up, I had to turn my head to the left and the right to see. I didn't have no more peripheral vision, but I still see clear as day. But I got to turn my head to the right and the left to see. Then that circle looked like looked like every time I wake up or something, that circle just start closing in. And then that blurriness hit me. That could have been the next day. That could have when that blurriness hit me, I was like, damn, this shit. I said, damn, this serious.
Mm-hmm. Mm. So that's touching.
Mhm.
What was the hardest emotional? No, before I ask that, so let's get into, did you lose your sight, all of it, when you were in the hospital?
Oh yeah, but yeah, when I came home from the hospital, I was in total darkness. So I probably was in there. Just say if I got shot on the Monday, I was home Wednesday.
And you was totally blind.
Yes.
So you went totally blind in the hospital. What did the doctors and the staff, what did they tell you anything?
Oh yeah, we gonna send you home and see if your nerves gonna regenerate. And I don't know. I guess they wanted to give me some hope that my vision was gonna come back. We're gonna send you home and let you your nerves rest and see if it regenerate. And hopefully, and when you come back, we'll see if you could see and things of that nature. Which, as time went on, I realized that was to give me hope. Because my third doctor's visit, a student was in there and he gave it to me like I needed to hear it
Mm-hmm.
because I was still trying to. One day I was at the Lighthouse of the Blind, and because they tried to convince me to go there, and I was like, but after I realized I wasn't really doing nothing, I said I might as well go. But my eyes used to be playing tricks on me, making me think I could see. Because I said, yeah, I see the diamonds on the table, and everybody got quiet,
Hmm.
which I wasn't seeing nothing. That was the eyes playing tricks on me. But when I went to that third doctor's visit, the student told me, the eyes on you seeing again is slim to none. He said the only thing could help me was um what they call this stuff. To come back. Um that thing where they take out your navel, I can't remember.
Was it with some
Excuse
type of
me.
transplant or something?
No, it's
Stem cell?
yeah, stem cell.
Yeah,
Yeah. But they told me that wasn't legal in America,
right.
you know.
So let me ask you this. What was the hardest emotional hurdle as you adjusted to blindness?
The, the
Be
hardest hurdle.
honest. You
I'm
never
trying to
know
say. Yeah,
who
well,
listening.
uh, I like to think I took it on the chin pretty well because I got sons and I didn't want them to see me now. I'm not gonna say I didn't have a moment, but you know, it was me in my mind. Well, when I came home from the hospital and I was home alone and I was went to the refrigerator and I got lost in the kitchen, that crushed me. I was like, damn, how am I gonna do this?
Right.
But the hardest hurdle I would say for me, because like I said, I think I took it on the chin real easy. I mean, as easy as I could, was getting around and doing stuff that I wanted to do by myself. If I wanted to be sneaky and go by a woman or something, I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do nothing by myself
At that point of time.
at that point of time.
Okay. Well, we're going to make that clear at that point. Okay.
Hmm.
How did you find your footing again? Like, what was your very first small victory to be like, you know what? I think I could do this. And what helped you to get there?
Well, this would have helped to dare keep me from losing it, because I used to have problems sleeping at night. I did. The Sopranos used to come on A&E every morning for 6 o'clock, and I'd be up all night tossing and turning, trying to go to sleep. Then when the Sopranos come on, I would try to watch it and fall to sleep, and I didn't really like that. So once I realized I wasn't sleeping, at 6 o'clock I'd get up and start cleaning up. I mopped. I got on my hands and knees and mopped this floor with my hands, just to give me something to do to ease my mind, give my mind something
Mm-hmm.
to work on,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But like I said earlier, they suggest that I go to the Lighthouse of the Blind. I went there. I like to call it introduction to blindness. I met some
Mm-hmm.
people, and they taught you how to not to starve and all that, how to do stuff on the George Foreman. And then the social worker said she suggests I went there for probably a month. Probably I can't really remember now. It wasn't every day. Probably was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I suggest you go to a training facility And at that point in time, this I was probably 3 months in the game of being blind. I'm like, she out of her mind. I'm not about to go to another city and I can't see. She said, we could train you here, but I suggest you. I said, you know what? I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that. I said, no, I don't want that. But as I start, see, I used to run the street a lot. I was always gone. I come home, go to sleep, and my children was. I mean, I got my two oldest boys was like 20 and 17 when I got knocked off. So I didn't really have that problem. I could just come and go as I please. But anyway,
Right.
I noticed I was just inside, inside, inside. Everybody going on with their life, and I'm just, I'm doing a mentally talking to myself and trying to figure like, man, it's more to life than this. Yeah, I'll get out. Somebody come get me. I get out and all that, but nah, that's not no every day. And I just thought about it. I said, know what? And then I knew somebody that was out there who was in that introduction to blindness, but he was blind about 10 years before me. I said, no, but I don't think that sounds too bad. And that's what really the best move I made since I've been blind was going get training and leaving my comfort zone, leaving here. Because once you get to one of them training facilities, you got to get up. They ain't gonna
Mm-hmm.
let you lay in the bed unless you sickly and you got you feeling bad.
So can you tell everybody what type of training do they give you when you go to the schools for the blind?
Um, we're gonna get it's called independent living. So they really
Okay.
teaching you how to live on your own. You're gonna learn how to work that mobility. You're gonna learn how to work that cane. You're gonna learn how to read braille. They got what they call HPM, home and personal management,
Mm-hmm.
and they got computers, technology. They call it technology. Then they got this class called job readiness.
So they teach you how to use technology. They
Hmm.
teach you how to use your mobility cane, the long white
Hmm.
cane for the blind. And don't
Hmm.
they teach you to see if you, well, to how to live independently in your
Yeah.
home? And don't they
Hmm.
do some type of job training as well?
Yeah, that's that job readiness class. But yeah, you got a job. I've been out of there so long because I got knocked off in 2010. I was at the blind school in 2011, exactly 13 months later. I never forget it. And as I said earlier, I was having problems sleeping. So I brought my little sleeping pills and didn't even need them. Got there, slept like a baby. First night,
Yeah.
slept like a baby. That was a place I needed to be. But yeah, they're gonna teach you. You're gonna take care of yourself. You're gonna wash your own clothes. You
Mm-hmm.
got to keep your room clean because they're gonna give inspections. But the school I went to, they feed you till you get like your last 2 3 months. They have this apartment. They put you in by yourself. You got to feed yourself and all that. I didn't take that because I was already cooking before I even went to the blind school.
So let's go back to that question because you never answered it.
I'm sorry.
What was your first small victory? It seemed like you
My
got your first small victory
my
when you.
Victor. Yeah, I'd say going to that blind school, but I guess coming back because the first week I went, I came home that following Friday. I felt good. I caught the bus. Didn't nobody come get me. I only been in the blind school 1 week, and I caught the bus home and got picked up from the bus station. Caught the bus by myself. That
And
was a
you
small
did
victory.
that as a total blind man.
Totally blind man
Exactly.
with 1 week of training.
Hmm. So let me ask you, are you back in the workforce?
Oh yes. hmm Um,
Okay.
I'm in a there's a program in New Orleans, Louisiana. We call it the Randolph Shepherd program. Um, I got vending machines, but there's all kinds of. I'm just speaking Louisiana. They have cafeterias and anything in the state, a federal building, you see in the vending machines or in the cafeteria now, uh, somebody blind working it and running it. So they making the proceeds off it. I mean, you like your own boss, but they could get rid of you anytime.
Right. Okay. So how do you define thriving now? Is it different from when you were sighted compared to being blind now?
Yeah, I say yeah. Believe it or not, I love the new me. I just wish I had me some vision. I'm
You
more
sound like
settled.
me.
Yeah, I'm not living like a savage because I ain't proud of that my past with that drug dealing crap. And I wasn't small time hustling either. But it ain't nothing for me to brag on, you know. That's why I'm in the dark now. If I would have been on somebody's job or in the military somewhere, 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't be blind right now.
Well, I'm a firm believer of, because you sound like me when you said that. I'm a better me now that I'm blind than what I was when I'm sighted. But I believe that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Um, so what would you tell someone who's starting down the unknown? Like, do you have some words of encouragement in it? This can hit different from it for anybody. They don't have to be blind or have a disability. Everybody go through stuff. Everybody be in a dark place.
Mhm.
Do you have some words?
Yeah. One day at a time. Only the strong will survive. If you're weak, you're beat. You know, take one little step and take another step. Just like when you learned how to walk, you take your first step. I mean, I know we don't remember learning, but you take your first step and keep building. Keep building. It's the easiest thing to do is give up. That's
Yes,
easy. Easy.
yes,
It's easy to lose. That's one of the easiest things to do.
yes, yes.
It's not over though.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
You
not
you
over.
you said a mouthful. It's so easy to give up. It is.
But let me say this. I went to the blind school. I just call it the blind school. Some people don't like that, but mobility. And when they training you, you walking with somebody. But they sent me out there by myself and I was frustrated because I was spooking and you know what I'm saying. But because they
Mhm,
surprised me with it. But when I got back to my room and I said, "Look, man, you knew this what you came out here for. You knew one day you was gonna
mhm.
be walking by yourself. See that next day, I was ready and more prepared, and that do a lot for your confidence. When you go out on mobility and make it back,
Mhm.
and noticing, man, I'm making it back every day. I'm out here by myself. I was
Mhm.
enjoying walking by myself. Didn't have that mobility instructor with me. I I was so good. I used to be on the phone. I still get on the phone and walk sometime. To be honest with you,
So, could you tell some of the people that the things that you do independently as a blind man, like going out and about,
Mhm.
navigating certain places by yourself,
Mhm.
just walking on faith, just you and
Yeah.
God and that mobility came.
Yes, ma'am. Well, to keep my mind intact, you got to find something to do. So I've been working out for the past. They had a little gym at the center I went to, so I started working out over there. Then when I came home, I was trying to find one, and then they had one open not too far from me. So I work out. I try to work out Monday through Friday, but I had a life changing experience a couple of years ago. I had a little baby, so she take up some of my days. I can't go to the gym like I used to, but I walk to the gym, I work out, I hit the treadmill, ride the bike, There's another blind guy in the. I know. He swim a lot. Just a hobby. Totally blind. That's what I do besides working.
Right,
You know,
right.
I like football. That's one of my favorite pastimes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I clean up a lot, keep me going. You know.
Okay. What one part of yourself today that you actually appreciate more than you ever did before?
Patience. I could watch paint dry.
You say it all the time.
One thing about me being in this blind world, it taught me patience. The time don't bother me, you know, it don't bother me. It moves so fast. I'm,
Yes, it does.
I'm about to be 16 years coming up in a minute.
Man.
Yeah, I can't believe I made it this far.
And you doing it. I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
That's why this it's been a little long because I wanted you to be in detail to let people know the things that you have overcame that you probably thought that you wasn't going to overcome and be able to do as a totally blind man. Hey, I tip my hat to you. And I
Thank you.
appreciate you coming on Blind and Thriving to show the world because you never know who this life is going to pass by
Hmm.
and who it may help. It may help somebody that's watching it that have somebody in their family or a friend that is going through blindness right now and think that their life is over. And your story may be the little match that's gonna light the fire up under them.
Hmm.
So I want to
Yeah.
thank you so much because this interview was long overdue for coming on Blind and Thriving.
I'm a man of my word now. I say I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Well, I appreciate you guys.
Hmm.
Where can everybody find you if you don't mind letting everybody know your social media?
All I have is Facebook.
Okay,
Ryan
okay.
Smith. I don't have no special, and there's plenty of RYAN Smiths out there, so you'll have to find me. I'm in New Orleans. Or you could go on.
Click on
Um,
this live